So nice to meet you. I'm Camille. I'm working in a product design team under Sarah Lacroix. And she is the one that actually introduced myself to Alejandra. So I was able to build this new image for the initiative. The goal of this talk is to understand or try to explain to you, sorry, it's there, how to the women empowerment can be translated into a brand visual identity. So I would like to, start with the definition. So the women empowerment is different from feminism, right? And by the brand, I was able to provide a tool, a resource, and the initiative was able to provide opportunities and freedom to women. And yes, I will show you on the mood board way. Sorry. No, not sorry. Next slide, please. So yeah, okay. So what composes a brand? There is a lot of stuff that compose a brand, but on my side, I would like to talk about three things. The first is the messaging, because I think it's really the core of the brand and how you address your audience. And if you don't have a message that's clear enough to the person you want to reach, that will not be happening. So the message is, for me, the most important thing of the brand. And then you have the iconography that includes symbols, icon, and later you have the final visual representation. So yeah, when I was briefed by Alejandra about this initiative and wanting to upgrade how it looks like, I made a mood board. So on that mood board, sorry, no, I was able to gather a few things that may not look like they are coming from the same place, but there are some of them that translate on what I actually propose at the end. So for example, I wanted still to have the circa 2010 about the female empowerment, fist in the air, etc. And even the gender symbol, but I wanted to update that because yes, we all know about this, and I wanted to have a more uplifting message. That's why I've looked around more about the support one, the clapping hands. I wanted to work more about text because you don't may remember the previous logo, but it was the gender symbol with a clog wheel. And so it was really woman take. So very forward. At the time, it was perfect. But now, since we are a bit more mature, I wanted to uplift that. But yeah, you will see there is a lot of bright colors, which translate into very vibrant, dynamic image, and also very uppercase text. You see, very loud too. So yeah. Can you move again and again? It's not on the right order. Yes, thank you. So first, the messaging. What composed the Women Do Tech 2 initiative? I started by creating two different mission statements, which are basically small discourse or taglines to better understand the message. I did one that I will not show you. It was more like about being demure, being polite, being well behaved, and it looked like a brand from a spa. So it was not the one we chose, but yes, for the final version, we chose to ignite the sparks and accelerate progress and amplify the voices of women in tech, which is really much punchier And when I listened to the previous talks, I heard a lot about the keywords I have here. And it was about amplify voices, raising together, she builds, she leads, and etc. So I'm grateful because it looked like that the branding actually spread into the message spread into the brand and into the initiative. So I'm glad about that. Next, still not the, yes. Then you have the iconography. So it's basically the message, but translated into non-verbal shapes and visual elements. And here, mostly it was access ramp, or even launch pad. Like that's why I usually use the symbol as the rockets and the trophy and even the Formula One small car and even the checkered flag. Yes, a lot of symbol about sports because I wanted it to be very dynamic and yeah. So yeah, universal sports related iconography. And last but not least, yes, sorry, the previous one too. Yes, so at the end of it, the logos and the main visual representation. So first you have the logo. When I did the presentation, I figured out something is that the logo is basically the child, sorry, of Flash McQueen from Cars and and Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. So yeah, that's a fun take on that. But yeah, um, everything in this slide is inclined, so everything is looking upward because that very subtle way to actually uplift everything. And also, as I said previously, the text is in uppercase. Not everything is in uppercase, but I wanted to, when we use slide like this, I wanted to have more loud speech. And I wanted to, person that use that identity was able to have the tiny space or the small space we usually are able to have, but it's changing. So yeah, let's be loud when we find and we have the opportunities to speak. So yeah, that's why it's on uppercase and incline. And last but not least, the colors. I choose very contrasted colors because again, being loud, being vivid, having dynamic and not feeling too soggy about things, because I think we can really easily feel gloomy if we think about the situation of women in the world. But yes, I wanted to once again be hopeful. And yeah, and I wanted, one last thing I wrote is I wanted to reclaim the pink, because most of the time pink is used to say, oh, it's a girly color. Yes, and why not? So yeah, it's a vibrant, almost red pink, but it's still a pink. So yeah, that was important. Yes, and last but not least, when we mix so the message, the iconography, and every visual representation, we are able to play with a lot with the layout and how we want to communicate messaging using from here slides, but also goodies and other communication materials. So yeah, I wish if I was able to enhance even more the brand, because we can add animation and motion design, and last but not least, sound design. What about that, Alexandra? having a jingle, I don't know. But yeah, so in terms of branding, that's a very few of the things that are possible on a brand. But I have a quote from a man too. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Can you say? Yes, it's about an Indian monk and philosopher from last centuries. But yeah, I hope with this new branding for the Women Do Tech 2 initiative, I hope that this initiative becomes a powerful tool to help women connect with more women and inspire them to embrace their full potential. So thank you very much.